brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, students and scholars, teachers and trainers, professors and professionals, listeners and learners, those who are listening, watching from the field of arts, commerce, science and engineering, science, spirituality, language to literature, the most notable present Prime Minister Modi ji, respected ministers and doctors, honorable advocates, advertisers, administrators and advisors, Reverend fathers and mothers, affectionate sons and daughters, I, Dr. Rakesh from USA, heartily, cordially welcome all of you. It is a very nice time, nice place, nice section that you are listening. The words, thoughts, ideas, how we can regenerate, recreate and reoperate our nation. Today, it is the great need of the present time. Assets or liabilities. How do we teach wrong values in our organizations and our families? A phone call comes to my office. If I cannot take the call, my staff will not lie and say I am not there. If a creditor calls our office saying that he hasn't received a check that was due to him, our staff would not lie that the check is in the mall. The check is in the mail if for some reason we did not send the check. If I teach my secretary to lie for me, the day would come when she would lie to me too. One day she wants to go shopping and calls in sick. Perchance I also happen to go out shopping the same day. See her and ask, I thought you were not well. Back comes the reply. Yes, I wasn't, but I just took 2 aspirins. I am feeling much better now. Who taught her to lie? I did. Now she has become an expert liar. I did a pretty good job. Didn't I? This is how we teach wrong values in our organizations. Does the above sound familiar? Lies and jealousy. Lies, jealousy and ego. Whosoever feeds, time and again he dies, in spirit as well in deeds. Adopt life with liveliness, never succumb to fears, never goes to that extent which brings others to tears. Now, let's take the case of family. I am sure you will agree that children are not born liars. They are not born liars. They learn. A child answers the phone enthusiastically. The caller asks, can't I talk to your dad? The child replies, of course. He goes running to his father and says, Dad, there is a call for you. Who is it? The child gives the name. The father says, I don't want to talk to him. Go, tell him I am not here. But daddy, you are here. Yes, it's the father. But go, tell him I am not here. But daddy, you are. This time the father says in a harsh tone, do you want me to teach you a lesson? Go tell him I am not here. So the child goes back, scratching his head and wonder, scratching his head and wondering, Dad is here. But he says, go tell him I am not here. But he is still here. His enthusiasm level comes down because he has never lied before. He is uncomfortable because for the first time in his life, he is confused. He does not know what to do. He just wants to get out of the situation. So he picks up the receiver and says, Dad is not at home, and bangs down the phone. The father heard that one and gives a knock on his son's head and says, you just made a liar out of daddy. Guess, who made a liar out of who? After the child learns his lesson, he says, no more confusion, Dad. I am clear now. Watch me. Next time, the phone rings and somebody asks for his father. He says, I'll check. He goes, running to his dad and says, Dad, call for you. Who is it? Ask dad. So and so. Before dad can say a word, the child says, Dad, you don't have to talk to him. I'll tell him you are not here. Daddy says, son, I want to talk to him. The child says, no, Dad, you didn't have to look at. You didn't have to look at what happened. Even before Daddy says a word, the kid is ready to lie for Daddy. Does this happen in many homes? Or am I exaggerating? Right from childhood, the child is learning to tell little lies, and by the time he grows up, he has become what? An expert lawyer. He has perfected the art of telling lies. It may be extended to stealing, cheating. It is right said that thieves and gamblers deface the glory of nation and clan. Hard-working rejuvenates the social status, whatever there. Hard-working rejuvenates, uplifts the life form. It may be extended to stealing, cheating, whatever practice does not make perfect. Practice only makes permanent whatever you practice. Only perfect practice makes perfect. Some people keep practicing their mistakes and they become perfect in making mistakes. Every time the kid does something wrong, like lying, stealing, cheating, he falls down a little in his own eyes. His self-esteem goes down and his inferiority complex goes up. It is worth repeating, this is universally true, that whenever a person does something wrong like lying, stealing, cheating, even if no one is watching, his self-esteem goes down. The converse is true too. And whenever we do something positive, even if no one is watching, we rise a little bit in our own eyes. That is the magic of self-esteem. Life is the name of self-esteem, self-respect. Without self-respect, self-esteem, a man is nothing. Man is known by his mind, and the hunger of mind is knowledge, esteem, respect, wisdom. These are the needs of our mind. Many times people justify lying by saying, this is only a small lie. Is it true to say? Because it's the starting of telling lie. Dear friends, it is rightly said that those who commit sincerely patriotism and prayer attain spiritual peace, divine bliss, the social status, whatever there. Contentment is wonderful. Eat, drink, and be merry, neither pinch nor other tarry. Elevate the grace of land to which you really belong, if it is kept up alone. Copying, stealing is more than sin. Hard working, doing, always win. It is rightly said by our great men of our great land. Dear friends, our Indian land is known as the land of starters, beginners and initiators in the different fields. When the big one comes, I will tell the truth. In reality, when we practice telling enough small lies, when the big one comes, we end up telling a bigger lie. Why? Because that's what has become permanent. Similarly, when we practice cowardice enough, times consoling ourselves that when the big ones come, I will show courage. But when the big one comes, what happens? We end up showing cowardice. Because that's what we practiced and it became permanent. Remember, practice does not make perfect. Practice only makes permanent whatever we only perfect. Practice makes perfect. Another real life situation. A man has two children aged 6 and 10. He goes to the state park and sees at the ticket counter a sign saying, children under 5 go free. Right before reaching the ticket counter, he tells his younger one, if the ticket clerk asks your age, our children to lie for $2. The examples below shows how a parent teaches good values. There is another man with two kids aged 6 and 10. He sees the sign 2 but proceeds to ask for one adult and 2 tickets for children. The cashier looks at the younger one and asks how old he is. The father says 6. The cashier is amazed and says, if you hadn't told me, I would have never have known. He could have easily passed for under 5. The father replies, you would have never come to know, but my son would have. Guess whose kids are more likely to become good adults? Dear friends, keep continue listening. May God bless all of you. Your presence is praiseworthy, admirable, appreciable. You are the great person by listening the truth of language to literature, from science to spirituality. Keep continue, dear friends.